I mean, if you're on his campaign, and I know you are certainly not, I'm not making any implication of that, but what is the logic behind this, going to a McDonald's? I mean, we know the guy likes Big Macs and filet of fish, and he's used the word love to describe the way he feels about the food there before. But what's this about?
There's no logic to it. It's a stunt. He has not put forth an economic agenda. He, as you know, appears to be not well, and he's engaged in some really bizarre types of activities during this campaign. So this is just another one of those stunts that he will continue on through the campaign. And I think that we need to really focus on making sure that he is not elected, of course, because he is a threat to our democracy, but also the Harris loss agenda is about the economy, reducing the cost of living, reducing the cost of prescription drugs, reducing the cost of housing, and making life better for everyone. And that's what we have to focus on and make sure we get every voter to the polls and make sure that the voters vote for the future, not taking the country backwards, as you see what Donald Trump continues to try to do. So I'm urging and encouraging everyone to get to the polls and vote for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz to be their next president and vice president.
As Donald Trump's cognitive issues continue to take center focus, and as Donald Trump's physical health is deteriorating before our eyes, Donald Trump took that stop in McDonald's to try to show that he knows how to work the fry machine. He claims that Vice President Kamala Harris never worked at a McDonald's, even though she did work at a McDonald's, and he's saying because she didn't list it on her resume as a lawyer, she's a liar. So this is part of a trolling effort by him. But what Donald Trump showed is that he does not know how to work the fry machine at all. Here, just take a look at this.
Touched by a human hand. Nice and clean. Of course, my hands are nice and clean.
And folks, this is what Donald Trump has done to our politics. So bizarre, so degrading, and so just weird. Let's contrast what Donald Trump did in McDonald's in Bucks County, Pennsylvania, to when former President Bill Clinton visited a McDonald's in Georgia and shook hands with people and was normal. Here, play this clip. Now, Donald Trump's been obsessed with this McDonald's stop. He has his main surrogates, who are the other leaders of the Republican Party, Don Jr., talking about Donald Trump was going to go to a McDonald's and would be better at working the fry machine than Vice President Kamala Harris. Here, play this clip.
Listen, I think my father knows the McDonald's menu much better than Kamala Harris ever did, and yet she can't.
And this is something that Donald Trump's been talking about in speech after speech. In addition to speaking about the size of golf players' genitals, in addition to speaking about Hannibal Lecter, in addition to speaking about Al Capone, in addition to speaking about how he would be fearful of being eaten by sharks and prefers electrocution, this is a major part of Donald Trump's campaign speech, talking about Vice President Kamala Harris working at a McDonald's. Here, play this clip.
Country destroying, liberal agenda once and for all. You know, I call her Lion Camera. She worked at McDonald's. I watched her.
And just so you see, Donald Trump frequently talks about this. I'll show you another speech where he does this. Play it.
Even something like she worked very long and hard hours over French fries at McDonald's. She'd never worked at McDonald's. It was a fake story. It was a fake story. The press now refuses to write it because it's so, there's a very simple one. She said she worked at McDonald's and she didn't. Not highly sophisticated, not complicated. It was a lie. She never worked at McDonald's over the hot French fries. I think I'm going to a McDonald's in 2 weeks, actually, and I'm going to work the French fries because I will have worked longer and harder at McDonald's than she did if I do that.
And here's one more speech where he does it. Let me show you.
These people are a fraud. just like nobody talks about it, but Kamala never had a job at McDonald's. Her resume talks about McDonald's, McDonald's, McDonald's. When I worked at the French fry counter, it was so tough, so hot. She didn't work there. She never worked at McDonald's. It was a lie.
A friend of the MeidasTouch network, somebody by the name of Jeremy Neuberger, an Emmy-nominated documentary film and TV director. He's been working with AI and doing a great job on his YouTube channel. Take a look at the video he made, though, of Donald Trump at McDonald's. Here, play this clip.
For a long time, she's been talking about her experience at McDonald's. I worked at McDonald's over the French fries. It was so hot. I think I'm going to go to a McDonald's next week someplace. I'm going to go, might not be in your place. I'm going to go to a McDonald's and I'm going to work the French fry job for about a half an hour. I want to see how it is. But she said she worked since she grew up in terrible conditions. She worked at McDonald's. It was such. She never worked there. And these fake news reporters will never report it. They don't want to report it because they're fake. They're fake. They don't want to report it. She never worked at McDonald's, but it was a big part of her resume. They went to the different places. Did she work here? Did she work here? Did she work here? She said, we don't know who the hell she is. Leave us alone. We're making hamburgers. Really hate that sad loser, Mr. Neuberger.
Who, me?
And Donald Trump's cult, though, did show up outside of McDonald's. Let me just show you as the MAGA cult was there at the McDonald's. Here they are outside. Let's play it. And as I've said, this is what Donald Trump has done to our politics, making the United States of America quite literally the laughingstock of the world. When it comes to trade policy, for example, the foremost expert now in the MAGA world who speaks on behalf of the Republican Party, you guessed it, it's Hulk Hogan, and that's who Fox interviews on issues such as tariffs. Yes, Hulk Hogan, the has-been WWE wrestler. Here he is on Fox, and he talks about how Donald Trump's all smoke and mirrors, and I think he thinks that that is a compliment. Here, play this clip.
I mean, it was funny. You know, Donald Trump is quick on his feet, man. He can pivot. He's all smoke and mirrors. But when it comes down to business, he's a businessman. You know, like that economic forum where he schooled that guy who didn't know a thing about tariffs. Trump's been doing this all of it. Yes, thank you. Bloomberg. Trump's been doing this all of his life.
And now at the Republican National Convention, the keynote speaker is also Hulk Hogan as well, because with these types of bizarre stunts, that's what Donald Trump has done, degrading and debasing our body politic. Here, play this clip.
All you lowlifes, all you scumbags, all you drug dealers, and all you crooked politicians need to answer one question, brother. What you gonna do when Donald Trump and all the Trumpomaniacs run wild on you?
But, you know, the corporate media is cool with it. Remember after Hulk Hogan ripped off his shirt and did that at the RNC? This is what NBC News said. They said Hulk Hogan gave an incredible speech. This was quite fascinating. He went into all of the issues here that Americans are deeply concerned about. Here, play this clip.
People like Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan gave what I would say is probably the best speech at this convention so far, and there have been speeches that have blown the roof off this place. People who love the conservative politics here, who love MAGA. Hogan came in here, he did something completely different. He also was just entertaining, right? He was funny, he made people laugh, and even if you don't care for the politics here, he might have entertained you. And on top of that,
you know, fortunately, there's some media, though, who are covering it the right way. Here's the National Review editor right here on This Week on ABC, talking about Donald Trump's cognitive decline, which was on full display at the McDonald's. Play it.
I think that what we are seeing is a couple of things. One, Trump is declining. He is exhibiting less control. He's always been meandering, but it's gone to a new level. He's always had a streak of vulgarity. It's gone to a new level as well. The other thing is, and this is something that...
You mean just because of things like he said last night? That's the decline you see?
If you compare the way he speaks to the way he spoke in 2016, let alone to the way he spoke in clips from the 1980s, it's not the same person. You see a decline there, and it is, I think, related to age.
The Fox host who interviewed Donald Trump reflected this morning that after the interview, Donald Trump went and spoke once again about the genitals of golf players at his speech. Here, play this clip.
Being down with us here at Trump Tower.
Thank you very much. It's been fun. Thank you, Alan.
After our interview, Donald Trump flew to Pennsylvania, Arnold Palmer's hotel, where he discussed the golfer's signs of his manhood, dismissed Kamala Harris with a curse word, and asked the old Reagan question, are you better off now than you were 4 years ago? The vice president was in Atlanta, where she made the case for abortion rights, said Trump lacked compassion, and was joined by the family of a Georgia woman who died because she didn't receive proper medical care due to abortion restrictions. After the break, Bret Baier.
The Associated Press even had to cover that this is a topic that Donald Trump talks about. The Associated Press headline, Trump kicks off a Pennsylvania rally by talking about Arnold Palmer's genitals. Yeah, Donald Trump goes around just talking about genitals now and penis size at his events. And finally, I'll show you this right here. Donald Trump also going on podcasts, and he bemoans, he's quite upset that Harvey Weinstein, as Donald Trump says, got schlonged by women. Here, play this clip.
It's interesting. I was so amazed that Harvey Weinstein got schlonged. He got hit as hard as you can get hit because he was sort of the king of the woke, right? Yeah. And yet he got hit. And I figured that maybe he wouldn't get hit so hard. But boy, did he get, you don't know him well, I don't know him well, but I watched that, and it was amazing. So
now, Vice President Kamala Harris explains Donald Trump's cognitive issues, and Trump and the Republicans say, oh, what Donald Trump is doing is called the weaving. They say he's weaving. What we're watching is weaving. Here's what she has to say about that, though.
And now he's ducking debates and canceling interviews because of exhaustion. And when he does answer a question or speak at a rally, have you noticed he tends to go off script and ramble? And generally, for the life of him, cannot finish a thought. And he has called it the weave. But I think we here will call it nonsense.
Let me know what you think. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 4 million subscribers together. Thank you for watching.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Midas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.